Hey everyone, this is Noblars here, and today I'm going to show you guys how to make my version of the microbinoculars for the clone trooper. I was going to make this video yesterday, but I realized after I made the You Pick the Paint, You Pick I Paint video that I already had plans that night and I didn't get a chance to make this, so I'm going to show you guys today in this video. It's going to be very simple, very quick tutorial. This is just one version that I do, and if you don't like it, or if you do something that's better or whatnot, then that's perfectly fine. But enough people have asked me to do this that I'm going to do it for them. So if you don't care to see this video, just you don't have to watch it. But this is for those who want to know. I'm sorry, I'm still kind of sick, so if you hear me dying in the background, just ignore me. I'm really congested and stuff, so I will do my best. So what you're going to need is a pair of binoculars from the clone set. It's the old clone battle pack that they came with, and some other sets have them too, but you're going to need the microbinoculars to begin with. And then you're going to need a small sliver of metal. You can use paper or plastic or whatever you have. I have this really thin plastic that might actually work too, but for this case I'm going to use a piece of metal. So this you can cut out towards the end, and when I'm done cutting this I'll show you guys what to do with the metal. But what you're going to do is, this one part is optional, but this is what I do. You're going to cut the sides about halfway across. These aren't really meant for this, but that's what I'm using it for. You can use, if you have sharp scissors or anything that can cut plastic, will be good. So make sure this is lined up, because you don't really want to cut it crooked. So just get that lined up like so, and then cut it, and then do that to the other side. This is also going to determine the width of the front of it. So if you want, for instance, the front visor part that goes that'll be going across that to be wider, you'll leave the sides longer, like that is trimmed up just a little bit, left out a little bit longer than this one. But for this video, let me see, I might have to trim it, but that's okay. So once you do that, then you're going to trim it back about halfway. So this part's a little bit harder because you have to cut through the corner, but cut it back about about like that. Might be kind of hard to see, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it and then show you. This part is going to be a little bit tricky because it's thicker, but once you get through it, it's going to look like that. So I took that much off the front. You can see, cut about that much. And what that's going to do is, when you don't cut the front of it off, I didn't cut the front off of this one, and I need to clone the tried one. When you don't cut that off, what you'll see is that Lego tends to make things unproportionate to an actual figure. These aren't bad, but they come off the head really far, and especially when you put a visor on it, it's going to look really goofy. But with this version of it, when you cut it off the front of it a little bit more, it's going to be like right up against the head, and it's going to be it's just going to look more even. And you can even go as far as like cutting off the corners if you don't want those corners on it, and just round it off and stuff. But we're not going to go that far. So what we're going to do next is take our piece of metal or paper or fabric or whatever you want to use. You can actually use fabric. You can, anything that's thin like this that you can find. And I'm just going to hold it up there and see that I do have this a little bit too long, so I am going to trim it just a tad, if I can find my metal scissors. So I'm just going to trim this piece just a little. Not too much. Now it's important to, if you don't want to recut pieces over and over, to measure it twice and then cut it. Better double check it than to ruin your piece. So you just don't want metal hanging off of the side too much. So that's about right. Make sure your piece is straight. I'm going to take a pair of duckbill pliers right here. They're like just flat pliers, and I'm going to flatten this piece out, making sure it's nice and straight, which it is. And I'm going to take off my tweezer bees. If you don't have tweezer bees, you get them at Michael's or Walmart. I think Walmart still has them. They should. Pretty much any craft store, but it's like reverse tweezers, so you don't have to like put any pressure on it, which is awesome. And then my glue, which I actually got this glue at the dollar store, which is awesome because it's cheap and it's awesome. It's super glue and it works really well. The hard thing about this is you need to get used to it first because it is in a like a squeezy bottle, so you put a little bit of pressure and it just comes oozing out. So it takes a little bit some practice to get used to it, but you get a lot more glue for the price. So you're gonna put some glue onto the piece itself, like so, just along the rim, and then take your front of your visor, whatever material you've used, just line that up like so. I just dropped it on there and it's a little bit falling down, so I'm going to try not to do that. Just push it on with my finger, or just whatever you have to do to, like, you can, while the glue is still a little bit like wet, you can position it and angle it how you want it, and get it just right. And hold it sideways, see, like it's poking out just a little bit. That's not what I'm looking for. And then again, because this is metal, when it does dry, I can actually bend it more to how I like. And then when it does dry, you can put more glue under the back part, make it a little bit more secure if you want to, if you feel the need. So we'll take our helmet back. Again, this isn't fully dried, but for this video, I'm just going to show you what it looks like. It's going to look something like that on your figure. And again, this piece can be smaller. I made this a little bit bigger than it should be. You can see on the side how it kind of comes down just a little bit. But once it's the right size, so if I trim this down a little bit more, it's going to look better. Once this dries, I can actually trim it after that. And then you just paint it up, and then because it's closer to the head, it's going to look more sleek, and it's going to look more like it fits the figure itself. And then when it comes up, it's not like sticking up really high and stuff like that. So all you need to do is just paint it. I probably would paint mine a crazy cool color, and then put a black line through the front. I'll actually finish painting this one, so the thumbnail will actually have the finished version. And then I'll probably post a picture of it onto my Flickr, which I'll put a link down below so you can see the finished product. Go check that out there. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you learned something, hitchhike it. That's actually a thumbs down. Hitchhike it if you like it, and let me know what other tutorials you want to see. Hopefully I'll feel better soon and I won't sound so weird. But yes, that's how you make the Macrobinoculars. There is a way to do it from scratch, but I haven't done that in a long time because I had to make it for clones who didn't have that side hole. Like, I had to like put the hole in, and then it was hard to just like melt into it, and it was just a long process, and I haven't done that in a long time, and these fortunately have one already made. So there are other ways to do this, and if you have a different way, then that's awesome. If you don't have a different way, this is what I do. It's a good way to use a piece that you already have, make it look cooler, and that's the whole point of customizing stuff, is to make something old look new, or vice versa. So anyway, that's that for for the tutorial. My next custom I'm sorry. My next custom is going to be this Senate Guard, or Commando, if you want to call it that. And this is going to be an epic custom. I never made one before, so I'm kind of excited. I've already started on it. Woo! I've already started. It's going to be a lot of blue going on here. So yes, and if you haven't seen my last video, the You Pick I Paint video, go check it out. It's on my channel, and give me guys some suggestions about color schemes and stuff like that. So you guys have an awesome day. Thanks for watching this video. God bless, and I will see you later. Bye.